Hi, everybody. This is Jake, your resident content cowboy here.
Yeehaw!
Oh, I'm out of bullets. In this video, we're going to take a look at some footage from Blastoise from the beta. I didn't get to play Blastoise in the beta I participated in, so this is going to be footage from the same person we watched for Gardevoir, which is Pinoy Engineer. I will link his channel in the description. We're going to watch that footage. We're going to talk through some of the thought process behind where Blastoise will fit in the meta. Then I'll go over his move sets and I'll give some final thoughts on this Pokemon that is hopefully coming out very soon. I'm guessing next Wednesday, but we shall see. Let me go ahead and pull this video up here. Okay, again, we are following the Blastoise from Pinoy Engineer. I'll link his channel in the description here. This is their video. He's going to start with, I guess, Water Gun, right? That's probably what I'd start with, although Skull Bash might not be so bad. This is obviously in the beta, so, I mean, you know, the laning and all that, who cares? And this is clearly also on a phone, which is interesting because you can kind of see some of the touch controls and how all of that will work. Some things I think are going to be better on a phone, some things not. So you start as Squirtle, you get Water Gun and Skull Bash. You've got Water Gun that looks like, I don't know if it pushes. I know a lot of his abilities push. Yes, so Water Gun pushes, and Skull Bash is a dash attack that I think has a slight stun on it. I'm going to have to check his moveset after to be sure. But we're seeing, oh, sorry, Pinoy Engineer. We're just seeing the Water Gun push people around and then the Skull Bash dash into someone. So we've got a similar move to Slowbro, but we don't have a build-up. We don't have a charge on it with his Water Gun. And then that Skull Bash is kind of similar to Snorlax. So we're getting a little bit of both there, right? Snorlax has Tackle. It looks like you don't stop, though, with Skull Bash, if that looked correct. Now, I don't know if you stop when you run into enemy Pokemon, but wild Pokemon you go through. But it looks like that Skull Bash, you actually dash right through them. So another strong defender in the lane. This one's, I think, going to be able to secure KOs a little better than some, it looks like. I mean, ooh, yeah, got that Garchomp there. So the nice thing is if you can Skull Bash through them and then push them back with Water Gun, that is going to be a ton of early game knockouts from using that. So again, that Skull Bash went right through that Audino. Hopefully that's what it does. It would be cool. This build, they're doing Hydro Pump. I've seen the other build as well, but Hydro Pump is what I'm more interested in because as a defender, you're really looking for all that CC, right? You're looking for all that. So you need this Pokemon to be able to control the battlefield pretty well. And that's, I think, what we're getting with Squirtle here. Heading back down into lane, still has Skull Bash and Hydro Pump, and I know that they go Surf in this, and Surf looks to be an incredibly good move. If I'm right, I mean, I would almost want to run two defenders with a build like this. I would want to run, you know, Blastoise in one lane and Snorlax in another, and just really dominate the enemy team with how much control you can put on them, for sure. Let's take a look here. So this Hydro Pump pushes pretty well. I mean, it's not insane or anything. It's not moving someone around with a block or an X scissor, but just having the ability to move the enemy team is pretty huge. It's pretty big. And I mean, that's what we're looking for with defenders here. Soon they're going to level and we'll get to see Surf. Surf seems pretty crazy to me, honestly. Yeah, so we could see right there. Skull Bash, you travel through enemy Pokemon. That's pretty huge for the early lane phase. You will be able to snipe so many people. You'll dash right through them and then push them back to your allies. I feel like Squirtle is going to set up a lot of incredible KOs and ganks. So there's Rapid Spin and Surf. Rapid Spin is a buff, and then Surf is just... Every Pokemon with Surf is so legit. Surf is just one of the best moves in the game for any Pokemon that it's on. Cramorant, Slowbro, Greninja. Look at the amount of push you get from that. That's crazy. I think the other move instead of Hydro Pump is an area attack, so it's probably not that exciting. But look at the push from this Surf. It seems incredible. Imagine trying to move in to fight Zapdos, and in one area you've got, you know, Blastoise pushing them out, and in another, look at how far that goes. That's absurd. It looks like I don't know, 50% of Talonflame's ult or some Unite move or something like that. So the amount of crowd control you are getting from this, what you can do to people, and there's the Unite move right there. We didn't get to see it really used on anyone, but he spins, and it looks like there's a knock-up, or as the game calls it, a throw that happens with it. So right now I'm just thinking this person could be an absolute beast inside this game, just the way they would control things, you know? And then you pair that with a Snorlax. I mean, imagine you push them so far back that by the time they get there, I mean, it's going to take them forever to get back and fight at Zapdos. But then you could have Snorlax push them back again with block. There could be some incredible things set up running 2 defenders. I mean, it doesn't feel like its ability is as good as block still, because block keeps stunning people. It feels like you've still got this amazing, you know, Snorlax in the game, and there's not much you can do about that. But in general, I feel like I might want to run a 2 defender setup. And I could see this person, you know, replacing Snorlax with some comps. The amount of push you get from that Surf is just so nasty. When I was watching it in these videos, I was thinking, is that really how far they're moving people? But we'll see. Obviously, when the game comes out, it's unclear when the game comes out, Jake. When this Pokemon drops, we'll see if they've, you know, tweaked it at all. But boy, he is just shoving people around the map in a crazy way. Let's see here. It's interesting watching this on a phone too. As I've said many times, I think skill shots are going to be so easy on phones, because the controls for me on Switch right now are a little bizarre, the way skill shots work. I think it's a mess. It might actually work better on a phone. But then some of the other stuff, I would think, oh man, it would be so annoying to have to touch all these little buttons. Okay. Using it to move. Oh, and the opposing team surrendered. So there you go. We didn't get to see another good Unite move inside this game. I have seen some other games pop up that show a little more Blastoise, but that's actually what I wanted to look at, because I really wanted to look at Surf, and I really wanted to look at Hydro Pump. I don't have the best set for the moves. I had a good site with the moves on it. This is Game With that just has some of the Blastoise moves set up, so we're going to scroll through some ads and stuff like this. But I wanted to go through some of the information they have for Blastoise. It's a defender with a novice difficulty. Attack type to be decided. It would make sense to me as special attack, but you really never know with this game. We've got offense at 2 stars, endurance at 3.5, 2 mobility, 2 scoring, and 3 support. And here we go. Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise. Let's take a look at these moves. It's a passive is Torrent. Does it tell me if I hover it? I've seen this on other sites. It's just that your damage goes up when you're below 50% health. And we can take a look here at its moves. It's Water Gun, a ranged attack, attacks with a shot of water, decreasing movement speed of opposing Pokemon for a short time. Also shoves opposing Pokemon and leaves them unable to act after they are shoved the maximum distance. So it's a nice starter move. And then Dash fiercely rams an opposing Pokemon and leaves it unable to act. 2 moves that leave them unable to act early. And if you just Skull Bash through an enemy and Water Gun push them back, I think you're going to get so many early KOs. We've got Hydro Pump, which is ranged. This doesn't have all the information here. There was a site that had better information, and I lost it like an idiot. 8.5 second cooldown, and clearly this pushes people. I'm sure it has another effect on top of it. Water Spout, I saw in another video, spouts water toward the designated location, so it creates a little area effect, decreasing movement speed of opposing Pokemon in the area of effect. I don't think this will be as popular, but I'm not sure how much damage it will do and how long it will last. It feels not the ideal choice. Surf seems really, really good. And then Rapid Spin, I saw what happens. This doesn't actually say what goes there, but clearly it makes you more powerful. I don't know if at the same time, because I've seen people use it and then they're tapping the attack button and they're almost spinning and shooting out water. But I think Surf is going to be the choice here. Just because it's a crazy amount of shove. You're moving people so far with this. And then its Unite move, Hydro Typhoon, spouts water to attack while spinning and throws opposing Pokemon in a large area. The user is shielded while using this move. So this is just, you get in the middle of things with Blastoise, you spin around, knock everybody up. I think this is a pretty great move set overall. Now to talk a little bit about where I think that puts this Pokemon in the meta. You know, Snorlax is clearly the king, and it's because of block. Block just does so much. CC, it changes everything. If you're blocking somebody into a wall, block is brutal and broken, and I think they will nerf block. Even if they nerf block to slightly lower the amount of time someone is stunned when you push them with block, it would be a game changer. So I think a Snorlax nerf has to be coming. It's just far and away the best defender, and you want other defenders to compete. The way I see Blastoise right here, I think it at least is competitive with Slowbro and Crustle. I could even see it being better than Slowbro and Crustle because the amount of CC that you are able to throw onto the enemy team. The length that Surf pushes people back, I don't know if it's going to be that in the game when Blastoise releases, but man, if it is, that is crazy. That is so far. It is really going to change things if you can have a Pokemon move you that far away from an objective. I'm kind of shocked that it goes so far. And I think because of that right now, my guess would be without a nerf, Snorlax is still king, but Blastoise is nipping at Snorlax's heels. Now, I don't know how the damage of Blastoise is going to factor into this, but when you're looking at defenders, you're not really looking at them because they do a lot of damage. That's why I think it's so fun that people run, you know, the Crustle build, or the Crystal build, but at the same time, you're not really doing your job if you're trying to crit everyone with a Crustle, right? Your job is to help move the enemy team around, keep them away from your squishier players so that they can do their job, which is dealing out a ton of damage. It would be cool if it was a really strong damage dealer, but more importantly, the way it can move people, and its early game, the way it can move people, number one, I think looks pretty nuts. And its early game, I think, is going to be really mean in lane. Could you imagine a Pokemon like that laning with someone like Ninetales or just really anyone? This Pokemon will help anyone lane, but someone who can really start snatching KOs, like laning it with a Lucario. So you just push them back in Lucario. Lucario, you can knock that power-up punch or even its quick attack. If you push them back, if you Skull Bash through them, Water Spout them back, and then Lucario Meteor Mashes them further back, I mean, you're just going to get so many early KOs with Blastoise and whoever they are laning with. He looks really, really good. And right now, my thought is it's a contender with Snorlax. Without Snorlax's block being changed at all, I think Snorlax will still be the best. But all that CC, each move, Hydro Pump pushes people, Surf pushes people, and then his Unite move knocks everyone in the air. I think he's going to be extremely legit. I think we're looking at a very, very powerful Pokemon release. But let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. I love you very much, and I will see you all next time. Mwah! Mwah!